Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. This game exited early access just a couple of days ago, and we are playing through our Let's Play series of the Spanish Empire, starting in 1890. Obviously, as Spain, we are not super rich. We have a surprisingly large navy for Spain in this era, 20 armored cruisers, but the designs kind of suck. We just built 4 pre-Dreadnought battleships. The designs kind of also suck on those too, but we are currently, I think, in a reasonably decent position as Spain. If we take a look, we have improved our nation's unrest from like -25 to 19. We have improved our naval prestige to 14, which is remarkably good. You can see all of these other countries are in the negative. Do they just say no to every event that pops up? Like, I don't understand this, how they're all so negative. I guess the only positives here are the United States, Germany, and Great Britain. Our economy is growing reasonably, but not as fast as some of the other rivals that we have to deal with, like the US. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of the situation that we're in right now. We are working on researching some stuff. So I was going to design a new armored cruiser or a battleship or something like that. But we actually have a 6,000-ton heavy cruiser design that will be available to us, I believe, in 2 months. So we're going to hold off on designing a new cruiser until we've got that one. And then we'll do a 6,000-ton armored cruiser perhaps and see how that works. Also, in 1 month, we'll have improved structural steel, which should lessen the weight and make us able to have a more efficient cruiser design. So that's kind of cool. What's the other thing we're working on here? Armor forging, mechanical armor forging research, 10 months. I dropped that. And research, I don't even know what's next on gun layout. 7-inch casemates, that won't really help me on a 6,000-ton armored cruiser. Fuse shell research. I don't know if that'll really help. Small guns. We could get Mark II 2-inch guns. Probably won't put 2-inchers on there. Engines are 21 months. Triple X. Oh my God, I want that. Maybe we'll wait for 5 months until we get triple expansion steam engines. They are much more efficient engines. That's the problem with a game like this, though. Like, you're always waiting for the next item. You're always waiting for the next research item to sort of tick off, and then you never end up building anything, I guess. Our battleships are currently going through commissioning. They should be ready next month. And we've redeployed some ships to Cuba. We've got 2 armored cruisers, 4 CLs, and 1 TB there. We also have redeployed a large amount of our fleet to La Coruna, which is sort of our fleet's headquarter, I guess. You can see here it's near the maximum displacement for that particular port. I suppose we could put the other ships in Cadiz. I just don't like having ships in every damn port. Like, we have a lot of fucking ships. It just makes sense, I think, to consolidate some of these guys. So move these guys to Valencia or Barcelona actually has the max. So never mind. Let's move these guys out of Valencia to Barcelona. Malta to Barcelona. And then I guess Cadiz could be our other major port. Well, how many are going to be there? 5. We have so many armored cruisers for a fleet of our size. CLs are going to be useful for raiding, I would think. Let's actually move some of those torpedo boats to Cuba. We'll move some CLs also. So it'll give us 2 more CLs. So we'll have 2 CAs, 6 CLs, and 3 TBs. Interestingly enough, Puerto Rico is not in our empire right now. Or no, that's not Puerto Rico. Is that not Puerto Rico? It's Port-au-Prince, my bad. Why is San Juan in American hands? We haven't fought the war against the U.S. yet. Unnamed Med Comic, thanks for the follow. And all right, let's just end this turn. See what happens here. In a foreign press conference, you've been severely criticized by the French Admiral of the Navy. Find it unhonorable, reduce our prestige. Yeah, it's not honorable. The majority of the parliament calls for immediate action against the British Empire. No, I'm not going to war with the British Empire. The fleet is definitely not ready for war with the British. I will take a 10 hit of prestige. Also, massive reduction to our unrest. I mean, I'm going to bow to the British. Okay, sir. All right. Improve structural steel, improve hull form, resistance, and reduce hull weight. France is provoking us directly. So here's the other thing I think is a little bit out of balance in this game. Diplomatic incidents have such a minor impact. Like, even if we really provoked the British and said, we must be war, like it was a -10 relations. And if war really happens at -100, like that's not even a thing. That's like, oh, someone moderately made us a little upset in the press. Like that needs to be more influential, because we're 2 years in and no one's fighting a war yet. That's very not like at least how Rule the Waves works. It's a very slow march to war if you want that. Now, maybe if you directly agitate for war, it will happen more quickly, but it still doesn't quite feel right. All right, we can fit another 3,000 tons almost at La Coruna. So let's move our remaining light cruiser there. So that'll give us 4 battleships, 4 our heavy cruisers, 9 light cruisers, and 6 torpedo boats in kind of our main fleet. And that's also in the Bay of Biscay. So let's move the Bilbao fleet to Cadiz. Okay. So we'll have a fleet in the Western Mediterranean out of Barcelona. We'll have a fleet in the North Atlantic out of Cadiz. And then a fleet in the Bay of Biscay out of La Coruna. I think that's roughly how things will shape out. Thank you for the bits, Drag. Appreciate it. Very generous. Okay, so that's good, I think. So let's move forward one more month. Press conference, a journalist asks you if you consider Austro-Hungarian Empire as a possible enemy for the future. You consider them a potential adversary. Ready to fight with any enemy without exceptions. You believe that in the near future there will be no war. Hurts our prestige, but lowers our unrest even further. Nothing helps my prestige. So I'm not really interested in a war with the Austro-Hungarian Empire. They have nothing that I want. So we're just going to keep hurting our prestige. An embarrassing incident involves the Italian Empire. One of their most wealthy businessmen in naval construction industry is accused for illegal activities in our country. If we prosecute this person, our relations with the Italian Empire will be affected negatively. What should we do? Do not interfere with justice. Italian Empire. Lowers unrest, reduces relations with Italy. Part of our naval funds will be lost due to corrupted activities needed to clean up this mess. At least will not deteriorate our relations with Oh, fuck it. I don't care if we piss off Italy. They're not strong. Plus, it reduces my unrest even further. And now we have a 6,000-ton cruiser design. Hell yeah. So, okay, so we improved our relations with France, I guess. Dutch New Guinea... Man, everybody's rising up against their colonial overlords in this game. It's like it's 1960 and not 1890. The Ottomans are losing their empire. There's kind of weird mechanics on revolutions in this game. All right, so what's our political situation right now? Moderately bad relations with Great Britain, neutral with France, positive relations with Germany, horrible relations with the US, slightly positive with Russia, slightly negative with Italy, Austria-Hungary, not good relations with Japan, and decent relations with China. Okay. Is the U.S. allied to anybody? I assume. No, they're not. Okay. We actually also have nearly equal number of armored cruisers as the U.S. We have more light cruisers in the U.S., considerably fewer torpedo boats, and about even battleships. Although, or no, they've got double our battleships, but I suspect their stuff is better. I don't really understand the task forces. I don't have 3 task forces, do I? Is 6,000 tons enough for 2 stacks? We'll find out soon. All right, let's increase tensions at the U.S. Our budget is moderately negative at the moment. Let's expand our dockyard by about 1,000 tons. And then I'm thinking we'll just reduce, because I think we maxed out our transport capacity at 200%. So I think we'll just reduce that to not increase anymore. I don't think it can go higher than 200%. That'll save me a little bit of money. And we'll just cut back on crew training slightly so we have a little bit of positivity at the moment. What was the other thing we were researching? 3 more months on triple expansion engines, and then we'll probably do a new design. Although maybe I should have waited on pissing off the U.S. Our battleships are in being, which means our crews are training, but they're green. All right, those ships are still, let's see. Move forward to April. We'll see how much our relations with the U.S. get hurt. The U.S. just discovered 7-inch casemate guns, which I'm not too worried about. All right, your personal provocations were ignored by the United States. -5 naval prestige. Well, shit. They didn't even listen to me. I'm like, we're going to piss you off. And they're like, no, you're not. Okay, all right. That was a waste of naval prestige. How do you even know if, is it always just a random coin flip if you're going to improve relations or hurt them? All right, Syria is rising up against the Ottomans. Cyrenaica is also currently fighting the Ottomans, and Crete is fighting Greek rebels there. Poor Ottoman Empire. Yeah, it's all random. That's kind of annoying. Okay. How long do these guys take to move? Like just along my own territory. That's kind of silly. And I'm trying to get that next research item complete. It should be done this turn, I think. I've had most of my improved ignored. Centurio. Okay, so triple expansion steam engine. The compound engine expands the steam in 3 stages and produces more power and less weight. 60% smoke interference reduces engine weight by 2.5%. Engine cost by weight goes up considerably, 50%. Engine vibrations goes up. 55% of top speed to achieve cruising speed. 10% fuel efficiency, -10% fuel stowage, so we would save some weight there. -7% engine damage chance from penetrating hits, and an increase of horsepower per engine ton. Okay. All right. More other countries are Bulgaria is taking up arms to gain control of eastern Rumelia. Greece has defeated the remnants of the Ottoman Empire forces and gained full control of Crete. I want to know how you tell how many rebels there are, because like there's all these rebellions going on right now, and it tells me the Ottoman armed forces, but it doesn't tell me like how much do the people they're fighting have. Is it just like rebellions can be put down, right? All right, so we finished the triple expansion steam engines. We'll undo that. Maybe move to boilers. Induce draft boilers in 2 months. So this is the problem. I want to design a new ship, but now I got to wait 2 more months to get better boilers too, right? It's just this never-ending cycle of putting off ever designing anything. All right, let's try to improve relations with Germany. Why not? How would I compare this to Rule the Waves? It's attempting to be a prettier Rule the Waves. I don't know if it's better. Hey, it worked. We improved relations with Germany. Libya defeated the remnants of the Ottoman Empire. So what if I want to go take over Libya? How do I do that? It's just random, like, there's rebellions every other day. I'm really glad, by the way, we've gotten our unrest under control. Because I'm guessing that's why the Ottoman Empire keeps fragmenting here. You can see, well, actually, the Ottoman Empire isn't even on the damn list. God, I wish I could place the Ottoman Empire. But our people are very content. All right, 1 more month and then those boilers are done. What do we get in 1 month? We get another cruiser design. 4,000 ton light cruiser. Well, I don't really care about that. Why are these ships just sitting out here? I thought I told them to go to port. Are they just taking their dear sweet time? Oh boy. Move to Bay of Biscay. Did I tell them to move to the Bay of Biscay? Pretty sure I told them not to move to, like, no port. Okay. Yeah, Centurio. I don't know that the minor nations and other stuff like that is any different than Rule the Waves, though. But yeah, it's a little frustrating. Like, I get I'm the Secretary of the Navy and I wouldn't control all of that stuff, but it's just so random out there. All right, gunboats and torpedo cruisers are now obsolete hulls. We get a new light cruiser hull too, which is nice. We also get 7-inch calibers for secondary guns. The Ottoman Empire signed an alliance. Why would France sign an alliance with the Ottoman Empire at this point? Okay, and Belgium ends their alliance with with Russia, so that's funny. Okay, so we've got, I think, the research we wanted done to design a new cruiser from scratch, so maybe we should do that. All right, let's do a new ship design. New design and enter the dockyards. So here we are in the dockyards. We've got the battleship hull. We do have the ability to have a larger hull if we improve the size of our docks, which we're working on. We still just have the one armored cruiser hull by the looks of it. So it's just this little dinky thing. But we can expand the size of the ship up to 6,000 tons. It doesn't look that much bigger, though, for funnels and stuff. It's going to be frustrating, isn't it? Oh, we might get 2 funnels on this thing. Nope. God, that's so annoying. Why do they make this bullshit? Like, seriously. What kind of half-assed hull design is this? It's a 6,000-ton ship, and you're telling me you can't fit a little bit of extra space. So I gotta try and make it a little bit longer by reducing the beam, which will make it a worse gun platform. And even then, I don't think we're going to make it. Still not enough room. Warship gunner? Never heard of that. Like, I need just a tiny little bit more. But to do that, I've got to make the ship like an atrocious gun platform here. And even then, I don't know that it'll get me there. It's just me fighting, and I'm sure this is great entertainment for all of you guys. Just me fighting with the damn hulls. Like, seriously, look at that. A single funnel armored cruiser is absurd. It wouldn't happen. It's almost like they built... Can you still rotate? Does anybody know? Can you rotate funnels? You used to be able to rotate funnels, and I don't know... There's an option to rotate this item to have like a sideways funnel. It might fit that way. Oh, you can't do that anymore? Bullshit. Like, where the fuck am I supposed to... So I could do a single funnel armored cruiser, which would have an engine efficiency of 20%. If I reduce the draught, does that also let me build it longer? It doesn't seem to be any longer. The problem with a minimum draught is, doesn't that give you a shit-ass gun platform? Like, what's the point of having this, investing in this damn thing? What's a turret cruiser? That's an armored cruiser too, right? Looks like shit, but that'll be an interesting... What the fuck is this thing? Worst survivability? Okay. But like, we might be able to build something, right? Hey, look, we can fit funnels. I don't know where I'm going to put my turrets, though. All I'll say, raw, is I know naval action has a terrible rep, but what I will say is that the Civil War games are immaculate. So not everything they've made has been bad. How are we going to do this? How much weight are we? So these guys are going to have not so great at being survivable, but they might be decent gun platforms. My understanding, Ra, is the lead designer behind the Civil War games is the one doing Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. At least he's the same guy posting in the forums. I'm pretty sure it's Darth. Okay. Do we need another funnel? Like I don't know what I'm doing here. This is such a weird... Hey, a triple stack here. Okay. Where am I? Oh, fuck. Forgot about the towers. Good question. I guess it ain't going there. There we go. We got a tower. Don't worry about it. There, we got a large funnel in the front. We'll do a secondary rear tower somewhere. I don't know the... Okay, so we've got the secondary, we've got the forward tower. We're not going to be able to fit two small ones here. I don't think. No. So I guess we'll do two large funnels here. Engine efficiency's not great, but why is the pitch so bad? I don't understand the pitch roll percentages. Anybody know what that means? All right, so right now we've got 4 8-inch guns on this ship. What if we... Can I not? Okay, so I could add one single one in the rear. What's the offset right now? We've got a 4 offset right now. If they're bad at survivability, I'm kind of tempted to just see what we've got in terms of kill ability. Like if I can't survive, maybe I can at least shoot, you know? Okay, so we've got 2 towers, we've got 2 funnels. Again, what is the pitch thing? How do I improve that? Let's do a secondary gun. Can we put 5-inchers? There. How's weight doing? Okay, we're hanging in there. Okay. Armor will generally help your pitch. Okay, we haven't done the armor yet. It's a cruiser, so can we make it a little faster? Let's try for 19 knots. I guess maximum bulkheads to improve survivability, since you're all saying these are shit-ass survivable ships in the first place. We got some 2-inchers and some casemates for rapid fire support. A broadside of 6 8-inch guns seems pretty potent for this era. Standard crew quarters. Induced boilers. Triple expansion steam engines. We'll go with nickel steel armor. Barbette 1, anti-torpedo, Citadel, and all of that's like the most advanced tech we can cram on here. We will go with a standard ratio for HP, HE. I mean, we're probably going to be fighting other enemy ships too, so I don't really want to just go one direction or the other. Standard ratio on both. We'll go with heavy shell size, increased ammo, gun cotton, which will make us more explodey, enhanced turret controls, engine efficiency is pretty damn good. Look at all that. We've got a fair bit of weight to play with too. So we can maybe use a little bit better armor belt. So pitch is yellow. So it was red before, so I'm guessing a lower pitch is good. So it looks like armor might help even out the pitch. We'll do an inch of forward deck and an inch of aft deck armor. Main deck will do 2 inches. We're getting up there on armor or weight. Okay. We don't really have much of a superstructure to speak of. I guess we can put like a 1/2 inch on the superstructure. Holy shit, 10 inches of armor on the turrets on an 8-inch gun? If you guys say they explode a lot, I'm going to throw 10 inches on the barbette. Lessen the chance of a flash fire. Okay. What is this? Gun caliber? Oh, is this just letting me do... fractions on the guns? Okay. I don't really... This is a new mechanic. The gun barrel diameter affects all the characteristics of the gun, most importantly, the range, accuracy, damage, and penetration capabilities. Increasing the barrel diameter inevitably increases turret size, so the armor and steel construction weight and cost can increase. By adjusting the diameter of the gun, it is possible to find out optimal gun performance at the same time keeping weight and cost of the ship at desirable settings. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to just keep it at 8 inches. Yeah, that makes sense, McGibbs. I don't really, I mean, so like, I guess this is just fine-tuning your guns. So we've got about 70 tons to play with. We could use some of that for increased range. 7,000 miles or kilometers seems like a decent range. I'm overweight if I bump it up to 8,600. It is an armored cruiser, so it should have good range. How much does that impact pitch? 43, 44. So that actually hurts the pitch a bit. Interesting. What if we add a little bit more armor? Like, I don't even know what a good pitch is. I wish it told me. Does it tell me anywhere? Stability 44 out of what? Pitch 43. Okay. Pitch motion effects by weight distribution, hull design, and size of the ship. Adding heavy objects along the center line will increase the motion and affect the ship negatively, the gun accuracy, and cease keeping of the ship. Okay. But what's a good roll or pitch on? I'm assuming you don't want it orange. What do we have to get it to where it's like decent? I mean, we're not going to clear if it needs to be below 30%. We're not going to get there with just throwing armor on here. I wonder if the design of this type of ship just is not something you can do anything with. Yeah. Okay. Point 4. 0.2. It's interesting that deck armor actually is better for the pitch. All right. I mean, I guess this is the design of the ship. A 19-knot armored cruiser, 7,400 kilometer range, maximum bulkheads, a good beam and draught, so that should help ensure that we have a steadier gun platform. She's 6,000 tons with standard crew quarters, induced boilers, triple expansion steam engine, nickel steel armor with a barbette 1, anti-torpedo 1, single hull bottom with standard bulkheads and a citadel. We have standard ratio of AP to HE. We're using gun cotton for our bursting charge. Heavy shell size will improve the actual performance of the shells. Enhanced reloading with hydraulic turrets. A 6.4 main armor belt on these boys. A 2-inch main deck. 2-inch fore and aft belts. 6 inches in the conning tower. A 0.4-inch first inner deck as part of the citadel. Turret armor is immaculate at 10.5% for the main guns. That should hopefully, with a 10-inch barbette, mean that unless we're going up against enemy battleships with like 12-inch guns, I'm hoping that's not likely that we have flash fires. In terms of the main armament here, we've gone heavy on the main guns. We have wing turrets on this design, so 4 8-inch guns and wing turrets with 1 rear 8-inch gun. That gives us a total of 10 8-inch guns on this ship. 6 are able to be fired in any particular broadside. We also have secondary turrets with a 5-inch diameter. We have 3 turrets on each side for a total of 6 5-inch guns. Again, a broadside of 3 5-inchers on each side. And then for sort of our tertiary battery, we have 2-inch guns in the citadel, of which we have a total of 12 2-inch guns. Broadside of, looks like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? Where the hell are all 12 of these? I don't even know. Oh, we've got 4 up here. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. For offset weight is 0.8%, so not too much offset weight in the front or rear, 1.2 starboard, so it's a slightly uneven weight distribution. Engine efficiency is very good at 104%. Yeah. The ship will be very lively. Well, you know, it is what it is. Well, now here's the question. What do we want to call this floating death trap? You know, it gives us the recommendation of a class here, but does anybody in the chat want to raise their hands? Any of you want your name to adorn this absolute immaculate ship design that surely will not go astray and will be the backbone of our fleet? You like the historical names, Hauser? I feel like actually that's a good suggestion, Dragon. Drega. It's kind of close to your name. And hey, I can be bought and you gave bits, so. And it also still sounds authentic. So we'll go with this one. Iron Priest would be a good Royal Navy ship class name, I think. All right, so we're going to build the Drega. We're going to build a few of these boys. Call it the seesaw with how much pitch that thing has. Hey, call me Ishmael. All we can say is that it's an early design, so a lot of these ships are going to have a lot of seesawing. This thing is almost as expensive as our battleship, by the way. You can see the San Luis refit is 6.2 million. The original is 6.3. This thing is 6.8. That being said, it might actually be a better design than our battleship. It's certainly a better design than our original armored cruiser that we have here. We're just going to take a look at this absolute piece of I was going to say piece of ass, but that makes it sound like it's good. Look at this just hideous design. Like, can this rear turret even fire at anything? What arc of fire does that thing have? What does the center rear turret do? Like, oh, we could shoot this way, maybe. Maybe all these guns can just be elevated, and then if you're running away from an enemy, you can fire and get a couple extra knots. Just keep, they're kind of like your afterburners. And then you've got these gigantic, so like these side turret things, these are 7-inch guns, I think. No, they're even split. Oh my God. So we've got three double turrets with 7.4. Which I think is these three. And then we've got 4 turrets with a 6.5 here. And then our 2 forward guns in these casemates are 8.3. Like, what the fuck? I kind of think it's funny having a giant gun on the bow because that's a little bit like the Battlestar Pegasus and Battlestar Galactica. But like, still, it's just, what kind of design? I mean, and the range is 2,600 kilometers. Dear God. We've got like 24 of them in service too, Hauser. That is a logistical nightmare. We have 24 of those things in service right now. Anyway, so we're going to build some Dragas. I think it would be more expensive than it would be worth. Hauser. So we are going to build a lot of these things. Let's build 12 Dragas. It's only going to take 17 months to build all these things. Yeah, but then we have to pay to remove the turrets, Hauser. That's where it's kind of like, why am I paying to make it not any better, I guess. I'm not sure where they're going to go into port. I have not gotten into a war yet, solo. Maybe it makes them better, but then I got to pay to refit them. I guess that's the problem, is it's like, I might just be better off scrapping the things. I think. Anyway. What's our finances are going to look disastrously bad right now, aren't they? Negative 2.8. Not as bad as I thought. All right, let's so our battleships are in being. The crews are green. We might as well just put these guys to limited to save some cash. Goes from negative 2.8 to 2.4. I mean, all these crews, even the ones in sea control and other things like that, are all green anyway also. I really hate the tooltips in this game. They should at least have a timeout where you got to hover without moving for a while in order to pop up. They just really ruin the usability of the interface. It's really bad. Okay. Man, I should really have just filtered, because you can do that. So we will Get all these ships that are in sea control over to limited. I think it's funny that I'm spending an arm and a leg on training my crews. It kind of might be pointless. There's not a lower ranking than green, right? And if they're in limited, they're going to be green anyways. So why am I spending all that money training them? What does this do? Finances, -1 million. It does influence the new recruits pool, though. All right. So we will sit at 70%, I think. I'm over my shipbuilding capacity. Yes, I am. I can see that. Does anybody know if you go over your shipbuilding capacity, does your industry expand over time gradually? Like to meet the... We will suspend this design. Interesting how it reduces the building time by suspending it. That doesn't make sense. Yeah. Does anybody know if you overbuild on your shipbuilding capacity, does it cause your shipbuilding to expand? I have no doubt that if Spain tried to lay down 12 armored cruisers simultaneously, it would overtax their shipbuilding. Let's just unsuspend it. I don't want to like risk losing out on more shipbuilding. We'll have one of them over. We'll be slightly over. Let's just see what happens. Okay. All right, so we are over our shipbuilding capacity by 2,000 tons. Or 4,000 tons, I can't do math. We're also expanding our max shipyard size. And we've got a little bit of cash squirreled away. How's the research situation right now? Hull strengthening, we're working on that. Which one do I need to get dreadnoughts? Is it armor forging, or is it armor quality, or is it hull? It's probably hull construction, right? We just got triple expansion. We probably don't need to invest in boilers right now. We're in good shape there, although that's technically engine. Let's do better torpedo tube options. We only have a single launcher at the moment, which is really preventing me from wanting to invest too much in TBs. Brazil's building a shit ton of ships. Okay, so Italy tried to improve relations with us and it did not work. No change to shipbuilding as far as I can see. All of these guys are proceeding on their normal build time. I don't know if if I suspend one of these to get us under the requirement, will that speed these other ones up? They're all at 14 months before. What are they at now? Now that we're no longer overbuilding. Several of our country's shipbuilding industries are constructing warships for third countries. What is my opinion? Really? Who are they constructing warships for? Because I'm not aware of anyone. Any business cooperation with third countries improves our bilateral relations and strengthens our defense industry in the long term. It improves relations with a whole bunch of countries that I'm pretty certain we are not building ships for. It increases unrest, but improves our economy and naval prestige. Permit such cooperation, but a limited scope in order to not leak our secret technologies. Or I'm categorically against the practice as it could strengthen our future rivals. We are not building warships for any of those nations. That is a ridiculously good... That is compelling, though. What's better, 1% GDP growth or a reduction of unrest by 7 and 5 naval prestige? I'm not sure. 1 or 3, those are the options, I think. I can't see doing something else. You'd take the money, but that's just you. It still helps the prestige. It does hurt unrest, but we've gotten unrest, I think, under control. So I guess we'll go with this. 1% GDP as well as 2 naval prestige. Does hurt unrest a little bit, but... War erupted between the Russian Empire and the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Shocking. Spanish Empire versus Russia, -2. Spanish Empire versus Austria-Hungary, -17. Okay. A lot of influences there. Mexico signed a special alliance and trade agreement with Spain. I'm sure they would have great relations with us after a long period of good relations with each other. It was only, well, no, that was France. I was going to say it was only 30 years ago that we tried to put a puppet on their throne. Enhanced economic trade via shared oil resources. Mexican ports can be used as supply centers, can sell warships to Mexico, can utilize ships of Mexico during war. Does Mexico even have a navy? Okay, so how many soldiers does Bulgaria even have? Because it said they lost 5,000 men. I really hate the rebel mechanic because it doesn't tell you. Are they going for the Bosphorus? No, it's Eastern Rumelia. Like, it doesn't tell you how many troops the bad guys have. Doesn't tell you how many rebels there are, as far as I can tell. I sure hope if you're playing as the country with the rebellion, you know. Anyway, Austria-Hungary and Russia are at war, I think. Doesn't look like anybody's having any kind of offensive. Can I join the war? Is that an option? No. No peace treaty. I guess I could increase tensions with them. With one or the other. Increased tensions. They're allied to Persia. But like, I can't join the war. Lame. US is -68. Increased tensions. I fought in your general direction. We could sell Mexico those horrible cruisers. I think if they buy cruisers from us, they have to be the new construction. Mexico does not appear to have a navy. I don't think there's anything I can do either with regards to Mexico to like get them to buy our ships. I assume it's just kind of simulated. They approach us and ask to buy them. I certainly don't have the shipbuilding capacity to build much for them. We're at 60,000 tons out of a potential 63. We did increase the size of our shipyards to 12,000 tons. So now we've got a pretty hefty balance left over there. How's the torpedo? Torpedo tubes research is still nascent. I'm not sure if that's the right way to pronounce that. Longitudinal strength of hull grinder research or girder research. Okay. I guess we'll keep expanding. 24 months, 5,000 tons, $102 million. That's going to be all my free cash. But hey, we can cancel it at any time. I shouldn't have done that because we'll lose part of the construction, but it will get our dockyards up to 17,000 tons. That would be nice. Yeah, Dragon. I would say this game is focused on ship design. Although we haven't really. I don't know. That was always the thing with Rule the Waves. It was a ship designer that had combat mechanics. So. But we also haven't played the game. Like, we haven't fought. We haven't gotten into a war yet. So. I don't know. There's military crisis in Libya. The government suggests using the current situation to strengthen our own influence in the region. Yes. Send our diplomats to help them find a peaceful solution. Send a division to demonstrate our naval power. That's a lot of money. The fleet is not ready for an action. That's a lot of money. Do it. New technology. Warship trade. Mexico would like to order one San Luis class battleship. What? They'll pay 25% in advance, and the rest of the amount will be paid upon delivery after 13 months, providing a total profit of 48%. Would you agree? Yes. Austria-Hungary initiates a major offensive from the province of Galicia against the Russian Empire at the province of Ukraine. Relations with the U.S. have deteriorated after your personal provocations, which seem to have mixed effect with our own people. -7 relations, -2 prestige, +1 unrest. So that unrest is ticking back up. How? The Bulgarians were losing 5-1 casualties against the Ottomans, and yet they lose that province. So the Ottoman Empire continues to come apart here. Burgas is now part of the Ottoman Empire, Eastern Rumelia. It looks like the Ottomans still hold Bulgaria? No. What is this thing? Burgas? Are there two Burgases? I don't understand. Anyway, Bulgaria's expanded. I guess just consider that an early war. So did we get Libya? It said we sent a division there. Do we not get the province? Or does it take time? Meanwhile, the Austro-Hungarian offensive is driving into Russia. Good luck, Austria-Hungary. You lost 200,000 soldiers against Serbia before. Now you're fighting against the Russians, which have many more troops than you do. I did send a show of force. You were right. I'm just waiting to see if there's a result. The way it works in Rule the Waves in any event is when you send a show of force, there's a chance you actually get the province. All right, so let's go back to find. We are building stuff that is too large for our shipbuilding capacity again. So there you go. Fleet. I guess we're going to have to suspend another cruiser. Just because I don't want Mexico to be pissed off at me that I'm taking too long to build their stuff. You know what else is cool about this? So first off, we're going to suspend this. But we're building this ship for Mexico, right? We can actually cancel the sale and take full control of the ship. So we can do what the British did to the Ottomans right before World War I, is take the ships that they were building. So that's cool. We'll make some money off of it. Good for our industry, I assume. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for today's episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, a game that formally exited early access a couple of days ago. This is our Let's Play series playing as Spain, and in today's episode, we designed an armored cruiser, a turret ship design, and muddled our way through things. In our next episode, we might actually move toward, doing something, like maybe we'll start a war or something, but we'll save that for next time. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer, as always, saying thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out. Bye-bye.